Welcome to Thoughts That Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Wolak. We're here each and every day. And today, we're going to talk about the idea of why do we deal with fear? That's been our theme. That's been our theme all week because there is more fear going around the world right now than I've ever known in all my life. And maybe that there's not more fear going around. Maybe it's just that it's being publicized so much. Because we have instantaneous news, we have instantaneous information, social media, and everything is about how do I draw eyeballs? How do I bring eyeballs into this situation? I want to get clicks. I want to do all this. Well, guess what? Sensationalism and fear are the biggest things that draw people. People are not drawn to nice things. They're not drawn to healthy things. They're not, oh, look at that group of people meditating. No. That's not what people are drawn to. And so Raven says, fear and hate sell. Isn't that a shame? Isn't that a shame that we have been conditioned, domesticated into the idea that the sensationalism that fear and hate bring, we got to have more of it. We got to know about it. We got to really know about it. I haven't watched news on television in forever. However, what I did the other day is I did have subscriptions to YouTube channels, independent ones that I thought. And I realized that even though they were independent, they were still dealing with the fear that's all around there. So you know what I did? I unsubscribed. I am only subscribing to things that feed me, that nurture me, that cause me to question to be a better me. I don't need anything that's fear related because here's what I've learned. That if you can effectively deal with fear, guess what? Then you can have a life where you can excel. But if you can't deal with fear, fear will run your life. You will not have the ability to control your life. You'll be stuck in it. That's something that I've learned as a spiritual teacher. It's become very clear to me is that when things are going well, you haven't built a good spiritual practice. And when I talk about spiritual practice, for me, that's been about meditating every day. For me, it's about doing Wim Hof breathing every day. It's about doing affirmations every day. It's about doing spiritual reading every day. For me, it's prayer work and mantras. If you're not doing that every day and you have not built a habit of doing that, when all of a sudden something comes down, something that's not pleasant, negative, it's really difficult to turn to a spiritual practice that you haven't built into a habit yet. Zandy, you're 19. You're having panic attacks? I'm going to the store in just a minute, but I got impending doom over panic. But I know the best thing is to do. Here's what happens when you panic. Here's what happens when you fear. You create an unhealthy stress in your body. When you create an unhealthy stress in your body, you break down your own immune system and you make yourself susceptible to things you wouldn't be susceptible to if you didn't fear, if you didn't have the anxiety or the panic attack. Anxiety and panic, they're the result of having an unrealistic expectation, either set by yourself or set by others that you bought into. And when you have that unrealistic expectation and you're trying to live up to something that's unreal, oh my God, it happens too. Easy. What's going on with you? I get panic when I leave the house too. How many others out there are having this? And here's the question I want to ask so that we can go deeper into it. What about leaving the house is causing you to have the anxiety or the panic? What is it about? Is it fear of COVID? Is it fear of what others are going to think? What is it? I don't know. I'm asking you because I don't have those feelings. I have no, like today, we've got a live in-person Sunday service. That's why I'm doing this talk a little bit earlier, because I've got to drive there. We've got to set up. I have no fear of doing a Sunday service. Absolutely zero. Sandy says, I'm going to look at a panic attack or intense anxiety as a cloud I'm just walking through, focusing on my body and breathing, because my body is always in the moment, but not my mind. Exactly. Nachama, did I say that right? Nachama. Nachama. Fear of discomfort. I understand what you're saying. But yet at the same time, isn't fear of discomfort mean that you're in the unknown? And if you're in the unknown, it means you're in a state of expansion. You're in a state of growth. You're in a state of experiencing new things. And isn't that what life's about? Isn't life about becoming more aware? For me, it is. And becoming more aware allows me to have a bigger experience of life. And isn't that why we're here? To experience as much life as we can possibly imagine? So easy. I want you to become aware. And as you have your panic, whenever it might pop up, ask yourself the question, why am I feeling these feelings right now? What's the underlying nature of these feelings? I would love for you to ask that question so that you could pinpoint it. Fear of discomfort is growing. Acceptance of the fear of discomfort is growing. Because now you're aware that there's fear, but the fear is not who you are. That's a real key thing. The fear is not who you are. It's just an experience. And when you can separate the experience from who you are, you become the master of it. Not being aware. That's why we've got to ask the questions. What am I afraid of? What could possibly be causing me harm here? What could possibly causing me physical harm, mental harm, emotional harm? I don't know what it is. But until we start asking the question, oh my God. Annette says, I had panic attacks until 29 until I discovered metaphysics and spiritual beliefs. She used to live in underlying fear and guilt. There's a good reason for fear that a lot of people have, guilt. Again, what is guilt? Guilt is trying to live up to an unrealistic expectation set by yourself or set by others. Do you notice how we've come back to that definition over and over and over again? Zandy, it's not that you have to get okay with feeling unpleasant at an extreme level. The key thing is, how do you manage that unpleasant feeling so it doesn't become extreme? That's why meditation comes in, because in meditation, you start to take control of your mind. That's why doing Wim Hof deep breathing connects you with the breath, so that when that unpleasant extreme situation, you just start taking some deep breaths and that resolves it down. Zandy, I'm just going to say to you, join me for meditation at 7 a.m. There's a whole group of us on Zoom. Join me for meditation and let's build a meditation habit together so that you're not living in that. You can find the link, the Zoom link, at agapespiritualcenter.com. Go to the calendar, click on the calendar, and there's a link there for 7 a.m. Central Time every day. I never miss. If I have missed, my wife has done it, but I never miss meditation. I love meditating. For me, it's the best thing to do. Good, Zandy. Thank you for taking charge of your life. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. I'll do a fantastic meditation. I do one every day. What do you mean I'm going to do a fantastic meditation? But knowing you're there will bring a big smile to my face. Richard has really bought into breathing. I understand that. I love deep breathing. I'm a huge fan of Wim. But gang, today is Sunday, and I've given you the best I've got in the time I've got available. So I can't do anything more for you today, but I can tell you this. I love you because I accept you as you are. And in that, go create your most magnificent day, because the only person that can do it is you. Until tomorrow, aloha.